You think I'm joking? Look it up. Look it up. Look up the Titanic. Who was on it? Who canceled at the last minute, JP Morgan? And then see that these millionaires, which is equivalent to billionaires back in the day, were the ones who were against the Federal Reserve. And then dig into the Olympic, the sister ship of the Titanic. I'm not kidding you. If you want to see something interesting. Okay. Home foreclosures and missed credit card payments surge as consumers buckle. Ladies and gents, we are in a recession. We are going into a depression. I'm not lying to you. I don't want to scare you. I don't want to give you a false sense of comfort either. So what we're going to do is we're going to remember the ninja's mantra, right? Don't be scared, be prepared. Simple. Pay off all the debt you can. Invest, if you're investing, invest in something that's not going to go to zero. Land is not going to go to zero. Land will never go to zero. Gold, silver, not going to zero either. And in my opinion, and again, this is just me, and a bunch of billionaires like Michael Saylor with micro strategies, Bitcoin is not going to go to zero. In fact, I think you'll see the exact opposite. Last show I did a segment where in quarter one of 2023, Bitcoin was up 70%. That's only quarter one out. I know. It's down to from 30. I know. I know all these things. But there are many reasons that I've gone through before, and I'm willing to go through again. If you want to engage me in a conversation, call on the phone. 956, sorry, not this area code, 737-256-9339. 737-256-9339. You want to discuss things. So, this troubling rise coincides with the consumers falling behind on their credit card payments. So, foreclosures, credit card payments, they're related. Why? Because when tough times hit, what do? We put our bills on credit cards, hoping that, things are going to smooth out, we get another job, and then if it doesn't happen, we default on our credit cards. So I don't remember if I had mentioned it, but I had a Citi card. It was in my oldest account, and the only reason I kept it around, I didn't use it, because I was able, thank God, to get out of debt. But I didn't use it for 4 or 5 years, and the card itself is 8 or 9 years old, something like that. But about a month or two ago, Citibank closed that account. Yeah. So again, I have good credit. So the potential would be there for me to use their card and their services so that they get money off of it. But they don't even want to leave that credit availability open anymore. They closed that account, which didn't hurt me other than I think I'll probably suffer in my credit rating because older accounts used to be worth something. But now with this whole stupidity with buying a home with, a good credit, it's just, ladies and gents, this is clown world. Clown world. So, and here's an alarming stat. This foreclosure rate was the 23rd consecutive month with a year-over-year increase in foreclosure activity. 23 months in a row, ladies and gents. 23 months in a row. The foreclosure rates have risen. That's insane. Okay? And it doesn't stop. So that's 1 month short of 2 years. So next month, I guess I'll be talking to you about 2 years worth. UN globalists seek to decriminalize sex with minors. Yes, they do seek that. Now, I'm going to get a little down and dirty because I've already accused the great one, Rush Limbaugh, of not doing so. So I can't very well do that and then on the next point not come to the root of the problem. The root of the problem, ladies and gentlemen, is that our world has been run for quite a long time now by a cabal, a cartel of criminals. These criminals are depraved in so many ways that if we were ever to learn of it in one sitting and believe it, I think we'd be worse than Neo when he popped, his mind popped when he came out of the Matrix. What I mean is that these people are decriminalizing sex with minors because they're covering for what's about to happen. You've listened to me and patiently, and I thank you, for quite a while now. We're over a year now doing this show, and I thank you for tuning in. But what I want to tell you is that this cabal, this cartel, this criminal group at the level of UN and so forth, they created the UN, by the way. A lot of them do what they are now trying to protect. See, they couldn't before. They really couldn't because, they didn't need to. They always had a firm grasp on the press. They had a firm grasp on local judges, prosecutors, things like that. Not, to a crazy extent, but they were successful at hiding things. Let's put it that way. So if they decided that they wanted to do things illegally, if they wanted to live out their name of the parasite class and be a parasite on humanity, which they have, then they would be able to hide it. It's coming to a time, ladies and gents, and this is the good news. They're going to face justice. They haven't even come out with the Epstein list. I know. I'm asking for a little bit of patience. I have friends of mine that rail on me about this every day. Some are like on the precipice, man. I'm telling you, on the precipice. They've been driven to the point where they're like, when is anything going to happen? Yet, we persevere, we move on. All that to say that the reason why they're seeking to decriminalize sex with minors is because it's going to be brought up. And the time is soon. They cannot hide the Hunter laptop for much longer. It's going to come out. The UN is and how always has been a sham. They're not in it for any individual nation. They're in it for the people who own and leaders of these individual nations. Why do you think they hate people like Donald Trump so much? Why do you think they hate Vlad Putin? Why do you think they hate these people? Orban of Hungary, Bolsonaro of Brazil. Why do they hate these people? I'll tell you why. Because they're patriots. And they love their country and they love their people. You have no place in world governance if you love your country. You cannot love your country. You cannot have a unipolar loyalty to one country and be a successful globalist. Just the facts. So these globalists don't love any country. Okay? So what they do is they're destroying them all. And they want to bring the phoenix from the ashes and all that mess, that religion that they have behind them, which I don't want to get on that side story for another show. But suffice it to say, the usual suspects are behind this seeking to decriminalize sex with minors. So let's see what we got here. I think we had another outage. We had another outage, yeah. So we're having some technical difficulties here. And
on my end says we're still streaming.
I'm getting some so I'm not getting my video.
Okay. We're live on, let me see.
So I'm back on our feed.
Okay, we're live on mine.
But it's not giving me any comments. Can you see comments over there, Joe? Or people who are on? Thanks everybody for having patience. It's a battle, and we're ill-equipped, Joe and I, as older guys. So thank you very much for tuning in. So I'm going to go with the last couple things I have here. Actually, it's the last one. Let me review for a little bit. Our time's running out. SEC, that doesn't know about cryptos, regulates cryptos. Arkansas passes Legal Tender Act, remove taxes on gold and silver, and you use it for a currency. Awesome. Good credit home buyers are being punished. Wow. And foreclosures are rising, and those are connected purposely. Globalists seek to decriminalize sex with minors. That's who they are. And here it is, Gateway Pundit. House Republicans pass bill to ban transgender athletes in women's and girls' sports. Yes. Not that it's going to last, because the communists are not going to allow it to happen. So on Thursday, the Republican-controlled House passed a bill that would prevent transgender women and girls from competing on girls' or women's sports teams. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even going to read the rest because of the way they... Do whatever you want with your body. It's your body. You'll answer to God. I'll answer to God at some other time. We will be judged by him and not each other. If you want to do something with your body, you do it. Okay? You want to change it. You want to alter it. I'm no one. No one to say do it or don't. But when we're talking about the lives of children, it's a completely different thing. A sane person, a rational person can look back, remember their childhood, and say, you know what? I thought a lot of crazy things when I was a little kid or adolescent. I thought things were one way, but when I grew up, I saw them as another. Ladies and gents, that's why God created the nuclear family. Mom and a dad, and then the children, guided by mom and dad, who instinctively love them and care about them. But that family has been under attack for generations. And it's not just showing in a strained or frayed way. It is broken, in many cases shattered. So what we see is this lie masquerading as transgender children's rights, health care. And all it is, in my opinion, is victimization of children and then butchery of those children. These children are being butchered for ideas that in many cases were implanted into their heads without them even considering them or birthing them in their own mind. I know you've read about these cases. I know you've thought about them. They deserve protection. Transgender kids, they deserve protection, ladies and gents. They are children of God. They deserve protection. But here's the catch. They deserve protection from those people who claim to treat them. Those people who claim to transfer them, or whatever they call it, transition them. Those are the people they need protection from. Not the average person that would sit down with them and talk to them. Not the average person who cares about them. They need to be protected from the people who butcher them for life. There are some of these young adults that are coming out of this butchery, and what they're describing is heinous. What's going on in their bodies, because their body was not built for what the so-called healthcare providers did to it. I won't go too far on this. It's a dark subject, I know. But the fact of the matter is, transgender kids need protection. I will stand for them, but not in the way that the usual suspects are putting this whole thing on fire. They need protection. And they need protection from butchers, and they need protection from psychopathic, mind altering humans that mean no good for these children, only their sick agenda. I've said it. It's done. Now, as I like to do at the end of each show, I like to leave on a good note. And that good note today is, well, gold and silver, at least in one state, Arkansas, is now legal tender as constitutionally stipulated. So sometimes when you go back, you go good. And I think they're going well. That is a start. So we can look at things like that. Okay, we can look at a lot of things that are not negative. What I do on this show sometimes seems overwhelmingly negative because I am trying to expose clown world, expose this world that the Bible tells us about, where good is called evil and evil is called good. Because in the end, as I just said a moment ago, going back sometimes is going good. And if we go back to the Bible again and again on the themes and narratives of our time, we'll find rationality. We'll find a steady rock of truth that didn't waver throughout eons, did not waver, has not wavered. So if you're ever looking for a rock, a base, look no further than the Bible. And look no further than the one who wrote it, God himself, come here in the form of Jesus Christ, for you and for me. But in lieu of preaching, I just want to give blessings. And I want everyone who's watching now, will watch in the future on the recorded version, I want you to be blessed. I pray that God blesses you as you go through your day, go through your week, till we meet again. And if anything that I have spoken about has resonated with you, even in an uncomfortable way, I would wager to say that if I were given time to discuss it with you, I could show you what is being done about them, because it does appear that nothing's being done, but that is not the case. So my email is bitcoinotter.media@gmail.com. bitcoinotter.media@gmail.com. You can go to the website, bitcoinotter.com, or you can call me on the Bitcoin Otter phone, 737-256-9339. Leave a message. Better a text message. But either way, however you would like to, I'm here to discuss these things with you. Even if it's just a, hey, Otter, where'd you get that from? Where'd you find out about that? Where'd you learn this? Have you heard an interview with this guy? Whatever. I'm here for you. Okay? So on this Thursday, in this blessed country named the United States, I pray blessings upon those who are listening and will listen, and those of us in McAllen, in the Valley, in the country of the United States of America, and in the world. May we be blessed, protected by God, and willing to stand up for what is right. Amen. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week, and I'll see you again, Lord willing.